Hello and bienvenidos finally to 2021. I wanted to start off with a video of something that I haven't done before, and I did on my own last year, but now I really want to get this done for this year. We're gonna be making a mood board or just vision board for 2021, manifestation board, etc., all that good stuff. I personally just use it as a to-do list or just to keep it in the back of my mind throughout the whole year of things that I do want to get done. I hope you guys enjoy. It's going to be a pretty laid back video. I am just on a freestanding hand tripod and in my pajamas, so we're just putting this together in my bed. I really just wanted to get this out ASAP to get my channel going for 2021. So yeah, let me show you everything that I've done so far. So glasses in check. These are all of the little photos that I printed. I did want to start being a little bit more organized this time around, and I just have everything pretty much just stored in this little 4x6 container. This is my old cork board I bought when I first moved in around 3 years ago, and since then I've just added a bit of craft paper on the back. This is just held by glue. As you can see, it's lifting a little bit, but it works for this. So I feel like this is a pretty decent size to put all of those photos together, just organize my mood board a little bit. Yeah, my printer ran out of ink, so a couple of these photos are not the best. I'm pretty much just keeping maybe this one still on here, get rid of these quotes, and maybe this one because I still like this style here. That's about it. It's all going to be brand new. We're going to go through all of these, and I guess for starters, a satisfying removal of this. God, in and out. So I'll tell you guys now, out of all of this that I posted here, I know there's like maybe 10 goals here. I'm slowly still working towards this, of course, just toned arms. Still working on that, not a problem. Feeling lucky. I feel like we were very lucky last year, just doing well, I guess, during the times that we've been on break and quarantining at home. Like, we've been fine, so very thankful for that. YouTube. I wanted 5,000 plus views, and we got it. We're at 10K views. That's super exciting. That's why I really just want to get videos rolling for this month. And this getaway photo now. We pretty much just drove an hour out to a beach here in Jersey, and were able to relax at least a little bit in the past year. It was the most safest that we could get. We had to get a ticket. They had a very restricted amount of people on there, and we were able to relax a little bit. This is just dream kitchen stuff. I just liked looking at it. This is just more design things. I wanted to travel. I feel like I made this at around February, and I had plans to go to Ecuador before the pandemic started. That didn't happen, so that's definitely coming off. And for the waist trainer, that's something that I've actually been able to do, and I'll show a clip of it. So I purchased this waist trainer from Instacurve. I found them through Instagram, and they just have a bunch of good reviews. Honestly, I was inspired to get a waist trainer because I saw Lizzo working out on a bike, and she was wearing one, and I'm like, you know what? Let me actually start to do that too. So I've been working on a lot of cardio, just a lot of moving around at home, and I've just been putting on this waist trainer since, I would say, April or May even, so since the springtime. And now I'm happy to say I have reached the max on tightening it, so I'll probably size down in the next one that I would want to get maybe by the end of this year. Yeah, I'm happy with the results. It's been interesting. It's been great. So here it is again. If you didn't get a good view of it, it's just Instacurve, and yeah. This dries up pretty quick after you sweat in it. I think it's working pretty great. And that's about it. So let's get all of those new photos right in here. So I didn't mention I'm going to keep my license and this cute outfit over here from last year. This is going to go last, just on top of everything else. I'll see what fits. I printed out a lot, and I feel like we should start with the bigger ones. So cool. I grabbed a bunch of these off Pinterest, and yeah, I'll start with the chunkier ones. So definitely for this year, I would want to focus on working out at home and staying hydrated. That's a pretty big one. I recently purchased this just gallon-a-day water bottle from Amazon, and so far it's been going good. The trips to the bathroom I have to make during the day are immeasurable. It's a lot, but it actually feels really nice to just have water on call, and I pretty much stay at my desk, so that's been a big improvement. And yeah, I don't want to get any weights, so instead these arm resistance bands and also some leg bands so that I could just stretch and work out with those while I do some ring fit. It's actually also been helping me out a lot. So yeah, just more commitment on working out at home. And I feel I'll put all fitness stuff maybe over here to the left. That's our first one up. And I'll be putting pins on top of things so that it all stays in place. So I think after that I'll go into these small ones and get my fitness ones out first. So here's the new and improved waist trainer photo that I managed to get. Just my daily reminder. This I feel like can fall along a bunch of things, especially for YouTube, but also working out. And the arms I want. Let me just put these on. Now I feel like what's gonna take up at least 85% of my board are gonna be creative goals, and that falls into a bunch of things. For starters, I'll start off with my sewing goals. This is an area dress that I have just been obsessing over. I was able to find these little sparkles on Etsy. I have that type of like satin but thick dress fabric in like a pink peach color. So I do want to make a dress, just a simple A dress like that, but with some slit or something, especially the straps here to be that sparkly trim. Like I am obsessing over this. So this is a super huge one. I'll start up here on top. I don't think I'm gonna glue anything on really because I don't want to get rid of these. I think these are goals that I know I'm gonna need more time than 2021 to achieve, but it's a start. And of course I do also want to be changing this up as I get older. There are going to be things that I want to focus on later on, so nothing's permanent. I can change them, rearrange them as the year goes. We'll see. So from all of these, I'm going to be bringing in my fabric photos that I printed out. Here's one little bit. Here's an art one. Oh man, here's another area dress that I've been obsessing over as well. It's so pretty. Some more creative ones, for sure creative ones. Space. So here are all my creative photos, and these also fall in line with some art ones, as you can see here. So I'm gonna put this one, kind of matches with that one. So I'm gonna put this one down here. And oh, perfect. So for this photo, this is gouache watercolors, and I have a set that I have been wanting to mess around with for the longest time in my desk, just gathering dust, and I haven't been able to. So this year I really do want to get into painting a little bit more, getting into more watercolors, just get out of my digital workspace and have a little fun with just a completely gouache sketchbook. Like that really excites me, and I want to get that started. This goes hand in hand. I want to fill up a sketchbook again. I used to be able to do this in high school and middle school, no problem, but I'm just feeling drained by the end of the day, and I do want to change that. So I would love to finish a sketchbook this year. That's another big goal that I want to put on myself for this time. I think I'll put this one up here. And in between all of these, as you can see, that some of them lift a little bit, so I do just put an extra pin on there. Just solidify those dreams in there. My other little area dress, I think that's perfect. Okay, yeah, I want to put it on here, right on this little side. this is the type of stuff, just sewing projects that I'm obsessing over, and I want to make. It's this little strawberry pincushion. So cute. Just a cute little sewing pattern fabric, just to keep it in the back of my mind. And a big one. The lettering on this is kind of wonky, but it's just ask me about my small business. I would want to continue to grow my Etsy and my other artistic endeavors and profile that I've been working on for this year, so for sure ask me about that. And I'm just gonna rearrange these how I think they would fit the best. So I'm gonna end up putting this one, which is just an inspiring desk organization photo, especially with the Cricut. I was able to get my hands on a Cricut last December, and I've been having the time of my life with it. It's just been fantastic to make stickers, even gifts. I had a blast making last year, so I do want to commit a little bit more love and space for this thing. It's been beautiful. We have a few left, and these are, I feel like I'm just going to be continuing on with creative photos, also just ones that will work for my channel. Now, I feel like this is going to be a pretty big one that I'm going to read every day, and just a little progress each day adds up to big results. And another one that I ended up liking was Make It Happen, Girl, Shock Everyone. On top of all of these just feel-good quotes, in the end, I'm probably going to need to have this tattooed to the back of my eyes just immediately, and keep on working with my planner. I've been using a planner since the beginning of December, and it's been a lot of fun to organize and just plan out my week and days. I feel like it just sticks what I need to do easier in my head than just typing it up in the Google Calendar. Yeah, so I do want to continue on with my planner, and in the end that would help me organize videos and stuff and posts that I want to make. And of course, just another quote of you are what you manifest. These are just a bunch of quotes, just a bunch of things that I want to keep in my mind as I, as you can see, plan on for my channel. And since this is kind of creative, I feel like I'm just going to continue on over here. I would say I would immediately want to find room for these. So these are going to be the last few that I put on. And I'm going to start with just a pretty basic one, and that's read a little bit more this year. There are a couple of great books that I was able to pick up like a while ago at Barnes & Noble's, and I've been meaning to just take some time, at least 20 minutes a day, to just read a little bit. And that's something I really want to commit to this year. So since that's a big one, I'll put that one right here. I know that some of these are going to start to overlap like that, but honestly, as long as I can see the main point of the photo, that's 100% fine for me. Yeah, I'm going to need to move stuff around, but that's fine. I'll start by putting my small ones, and that is definitely be a little bit more sustainable and recycle more this year. It's something that me and my boyfriend would like to start doing, and I feel like I really need to start getting on this. So a little bit more sustainability this year, that'd be great. Oh, that one looks cool there. Okay, so the next one that I want to put on is, don't forget my vitamins. Now this year especially, I already have a vitamin D deficiency, so the fact that I wasn't just going on my daily commute and getting out of the apartment that often, it definitely just plummeted my levels. Like I went to the doctor and she put me on some vitamin D. So I've been starting to take that. I've also been taking vitamin C just for immunity support, a little bit of lion's mane, because unfortunately this year I dealt with some tennis elbow, and it's mainly because since I do have a computer job. Whoa, okay. Since I do have a computer job, oh my god, the ink is still wet. Anyway, my wrists have just crapped out maybe like 2 to 3 times last year, and it affects all my nerves right here. Like I'm aware of what nerve I'm pulling when I would move my thumb. Like it was bad. So we're committed to our vitamins now, and I have thoroughly been enjoying them. So the next one for sure I do want to put somewhere is to invest in rest. I feel like I've been pouring my energy in all of my other hobbies and endeavors and projects, but in the end I'm still sleeping at 3 a.m. almost 4 a.m. and waking up at 12 or even 1 in the afternoon, and that sucked. So I just need to remind myself to do this, of course. So I'll just put that right up here. I'm running out of room. Oh my god, and I have like so much more that I want to put on. So I want to bring back my little lucky cat that I had beforehand, especially that now I own my sweet boy, Maximus, that I love so much. I just need to put a cat in here somewhere, so this one's going to go right up there. Okay, so I am just going to pin a couple of these photos down so that they stay safe and secure, and put my New Year's ones. I feel like I should have printed these a lot smaller so that I could put all the other ones in here, but I'll talk about the ones that I did print out. I'll probably be rearranging this. I can make that area dress much smaller, this much smaller, the workout thing much smaller, and these smaller probably. So let me just put this on and then I'll check in. So one final picture that I actually had to fold because it wasn't going to fit otherwise, but it is just my daily reminder of I am enough, I have enough, I do enough. That leads into one of the other photos that I had, and it was this closet inspiration that I had, and it is just to minimalize what I have a more consistent, easy to throw on anything closet, as the amount of stuff that I've donated and sold and set aside, given away in the past year, I would say it would have to be around 4 bags of clothing. I've since learned I'm much happier in more comfortable clothing, less dresses, less event stuff. Like I can stick to one or a few things. So just I have enough and I do enough for pretty much all of this. On the creative and the working and the health side of it, just that's one of my favorite ones that I printed out. Going off of this one, the one that I am probably gonna minimize down is just a reminder to buy less, choose well, make it last. And this is why I wanted to start sewing, because I just want to do some projects that I have seen other people or just shops and stores do. And here are some projects that have pretty much just been on the to-do list for me, and that's starting off with this Max Mara inspired teddy coat that I want to make. I already have the fabric, the Sherpa brownish fabric for it. Another thing is also just a cape-like cardigan sweater thing. I don't know how best to describe it, but you've seen it in like Gucci and Dior, like a bunch of luxury houses, and I want to try making one for myself. A lot less, buy less, making my own, and I can fix it up anytime that I want. So these two I'm gonna have to slim down for sure. Some other photos that I did also want to put in but could not are just a little bit more self-care, and I love these nails and these type of the small minimalistic rings as well. I want almond shaped nails so bad. Please forgive the ink on my fingers, but I want almond shaped nails so bad. And coming from a nail biter, I feel like I have nails maybe every 2 to 3 months in a year and then they're gone. So I want to stop doing that and just achieve nail goals so bad. Another thing that I do want to focus on is just personal space. And I've slowly been changing up where I usually chill around. Like I bought and just fixed up my vanity space so that I could just settle in more comfortably. The next thing that I do want to fix up is my computer desk. Just put a couple of new art prints on the wall and organize a little bit more. But just work on my personal space, both mentally and just around me. Since we are in our houses like 24/7 now, like pretty much just go out for a supermarket, I have just been working internally to better my surroundings, you know. I printed out this lavender field. I've been obsessed with just eucalyptus and lavender, just a few more natural scents and smells for the apartment. I've since stopped going to Bath and Body Works really. I've only just been purchasing their soaps and a little bit less on their wall fragrances as well. I don't think I buy their candles anymore. They're so huge and I have to wait for a sale every so often. I've just been happy with some Marshall candles that I've been getting recently. But the next thing that I do want to get for the spring are just some dried lavender and put it in the bedroom. I've really been enjoying this just bushel of eucalyptus that I purchased from Etsy and it just looks gorgeous. I'm really liking dried flowers this year. Some more self-care. Just enjoy my fruits, get some more flowers, and have a lot more baths and face masks. Focus on just relaxing and taking it easy after doing so much in every other time. And that also goes into finishing my Animal Crossing island. I did have my village, or my island, I keep saying village, I did have my island complete, but since then I decided to change it. And it's just the one thing that I've been doing for the past week. I feel like I have now clocked in at over 700 hours. I don't want to look what I have now, but it's been really fun just connecting with friends and family on here and just having a little project on the side that's not drawing or working out or just being on my computer. Like, this has been really nice. I feel like these are just long motivators and then reminders and then projects that I need to do, but I feel like these are some goals that I want to achieve continuously, I guess, through my life. And I love this quote. I just looking for organization quotes, and of course Marie Kondo came up, but I really like this one. Is the space in which we live should be for the person we are becoming now, not for the person we were in the past. And I mean, everything has changed, of course, since 2020. So I do want to go on towards having less clutter, changing up my interests and the direction of my style, where I want to go in terms of my workflow, and just I want to achieve this and continuously welcome change, be happy with it. It's pretty clear cut, but I really like this quote and I need to put it somewhere. So I'm going to minimize that. Now, last year, as I mentioned, me and my boyfriend did go on just a little weekend beach trip. This year, I would love to go out snowy mountains in some cabin with probably maybe 2 to 3 family members, just to get away into a much scenic view, and hopefully after the vaccine and everything has calmed down, that this would be one of my goal trips. Just a Christmassy cabin out in the mountains would be gorgeous. By default, save up. But I really like this photo because just give, save, and spend. That's exactly how I would want my financials to be going forward. A little bit more save and a little bit more give. Spend, I'm not really buying anything besides hobby stuff. It's not going anywhere. And actually, I will say, since last year I started investing, and I will bring up my little Robinhood information here. That's been surprising. So a little bit more of these rather than that. That's been the biggest lesson of last year. This was also just falling in line with the nails. Just keep my nails all good, stop nail biting, stop being so anxious and resort to doing that. This is a little side project as well, since I did buy like a silky satin fabric to make pillowcases and robes and pajamas. So this is pretty much what I want, essentially. So I need to put that somewhere. Down to my last 3 photos, and these are just a bunch of hands, honestly. This one, of course, is just going with my relationship. I thought this was just a pretty cute illustration. I like the colors of it a lot, and just to remind myself to hold and hug my significant other's hand every so often. We haven't lost our minds yet. We're probably not going to. We're pretty much homebodies, so it hasn't been the worst case scenario yet, you know? Second to last photo is just a notebook with some hiragana on it, and that is my ultimate goal, to learn Japanese. Now, I've pretty much just learned some introductory ones when we were fortunate enough to go to Japan a couple of years back. I only know essentially very beginner things, but since then we've been dreaming to go back, and this trip was amazing. Like, if you just love visiting different cultures entirely, like, this trip was really eye-opening, and as soon as the world is in a better place, we'll happily go back to Japan. So this has been my goal in quarantine times, or just during these years, to learn a little bit more Japanese. Last but not least is just this photo of hand giving stars, and I kind of interpret this as just giving back the magic that I will commit myself to receive this year. I'm more than happy to give things to my family or help them out whenever they need, to try to connect or just give back in general this year. So this is something that I really do actually really want to add to here, but I'm just gonna have to print this out smaller. I'll probably, for all of the photos that I haven't put them on, they're definitely not gonna go to waste. I'll find somewhere else to store them in the meantime, or to display them, but I will probably revisit my board to make room for everything. Oh wow, I had a little loose one. Okay, let's see. So besides me printing all these photos too big, here is my ultimate ending vision board. Feels weird calling it a vision board, just mood board, to-do list, as I mentioned, just things that I do want to get done, remind myself every day to do so, projects that I want to do, things I still have to do, daily reminders, and yeah, daily reminders. That's it. Let me know what things you would add if you have already gotten this started, or if you're planning to do it. You can definitely do this on a poster board or a little journal even. Write it down. I have this thing where at the beginning of the year, I pretty much wrote down my goals and things that I want to do. So adding some visuals and some nice photos on it is pretty fun as well. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that, again, this is pretty laid back or just whatever, but yeah, I wanted to get this done and I wanted to have a little bit of company. So here I am, just talking directly to my phone. Here's to a wonderful and fantastic, productive, safe 2021. And I think it's just the feeling of being done with 2020. It feels great. Just very happy to see that one there. Anyway, I'll see you in my next one, guys. And I just want to say thank you so much for getting me to 55 subscribers. That's so exciting. Along with 10K views, that's... what are you doing? I can't wait for this thing here, but bye. you.